Brooksaw Antiques here. Today we have this 1939 Woodstock vintage desktop typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. Very beautiful glossy black finish in all chrome metal. Looks really nice, really good condition for almost being 100 years old. First thing we're going to do is set the adjustable paper guide up top here. This just helps you guide the page in straight to the platen, which is the main roller, and I land it right up at the edge of that. The margins are located behind this flip panel, but I'll load the page first before we set those. And you can see them from the back. Just flip this panel forward a little bit and you can move them, just push them down like that. This is your right margin. Put it right at the end of the page. And this is the left margin. It's already set at the, it's a little bit too close to the edge. I'm gonna push it right there. Once you hear the bell, you're at the end of the margin. You hit this line space, get you back to the beginning. It skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, but if you want double, there's a knob right here. You just pull this knob out towards the left and move it down 1. Skips 2. Do that again. Push it down 1 more, and it skips 3. That works good. We're going to keep it on single and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence on the next line. Beautiful typing machine. This feels like a luxury machine. It looks like a luxury machine. It looks beautiful, types beautiful, sounds beautiful. Very impressed by this Woodstock model. And the print up top is just from a previous type that I was doing. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side here. You just flip it to the front and it unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull the page out easy or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Make sure you flip that back before you load the next page or else it won't load correctly. Backspace on the top left works good. Shift and a shift lock on each side. To clear those, you just hit the shift button again. Tab key is on the top right. I think we got 1 tab set, so we don't. So as you can see, if you hit that tab button, there's no tab set. It'll go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear on your typewriter. So I like to have one set in the middle, just in case. And I just hit that button here on the left side below the space bar, or below the backspace. And when you hit the tab, it'll stop at that spot. You can set as many as you want on this. And to clear the tabs, there's a lever above the right knob here, and you just push that forward and it'll clear all those tabs. Now we'll go all the way to the end. So I'm going to reset that tab right there. That works good. This little knob here is how you control the ribbon color. So a lot of ribbons will have a red on the bottom and a black on top. So when you have it on the red, it'll print the bottom portion of the ribbon. If you have it in the middle on the white, the ribbon vibrator doesn't go up at all, so it doesn't print anything. And if you have it on the bottom, it prints the top portion of the ribbon. And a little secret is you can use a solid black ribbon and use it twice as much just by going to the red. And when you use all the black ink on top, you use the black ink on the bottom, so you can use it twice. And there's a little rod here underneath, and this is your direction. So if you push it in, it'll pull to the left, which is where we want it. But if you push it in on the other side, if I can find that with my finger, barely push it and it moves, it'll push that rod and it'll start pulling to this right side. All the brand new ribbon is loaded on the right, so we want it to pull to the left, so we have it pulling to the left. And to pull this spool cover off, there's 2 little knobs on each side. You just push them in with your finger like that, and it just pulls right out from the front. And it goes in the same way. I had to modify these. They work great. I had to modify these spools to fit on this model because this model has very unique spools that I could not find. So, but these work great. If you have these universal ribbons spools, you can modify those to fit on this, and they work great. and this just slides right back in. It has this little notch right there on each side, and it fits right onto this track. So if you get underneath it, you can see it fit right on that track, and it clicks right in this place. It works good. So there is a margin release. It's called a line lock release. When you get to the end of the margin, it'll block you from typing like that. And to get past that, you just hit the line lock release on the right side here, and it'll allow you to type past that block. That works good. And this is, I'll show you, these are the tabs. You can set these manually if you want to, and this is the release. So if you watch this little tab right here, it'll set that back to normal. But we want to have a tab set somewhere, so we're just going to manually press those. So when the tab button gets hit next time, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end. And there's a knob below the line space here that if you move it, if you pull it out and move it, it'll disable the spacing, so you can turn the knob and get to an exact spot on the page. And when you put that back to position, it'll start those clicks. Each one of those clicks is one space. That works good. Everything works great. Beautiful typewriter, now available on eBay or Etsy. Search Brooksaw Antiques.